I wanted to do a short video on how to scan photographs. I know this is very challenging because a lot of people don't have that technical knowledge to do it, so they get frustrated easily, and I'm trying to help make it simple so that you'll understand it. This is an Epson all-in-one printer that I'm using, and this interface is similar to most printers. So you should see the same thing on your printer if you have an all-in-one printer. So this is just a cabinet card that I threw in there for demonstration purposes. If I just scanned it the way it is right now, the whole scanning bed would be imaged. So that's this and this whole area. That is not what you want because that takes up a lot of memory to do that. So what you do is you go to one corner. You go to a corner and you see what happened when I pulled and I drug that dancing ant line out. It made a selection, and that's what you want. You can go in and refine the selection. And I could have moved this further away from the corner to get more of the picture, but you get the idea here. So that now is the only area that you're going to be scanning. What is inside that marquee selection. Over here on your, it's going to want to be set on flatbed scan mode, and if you didn't have it on there, you're not going to be able to see this image anyway. If you have it on the feed, you're not going to see it. So if you don't see an image here, make sure that this says flatbed, not document feed. You're going to scan in color, even if it's black and white. You're going to scan between 600 to 1200 dpi, depending on the size. If it's a small photograph, you want to scan at 1200 dpi. That way you can make it larger without losing anything. You would select where you want it to go. Where do you want this file to go? And the name you want to call it. So this is whatever name you want to call it. The format, either TIFF, right here's TIFF, or JPEG. Don't do PDF. Don't do PDF. Do either TIFF or JPEG. And do not use the following corrections. Don't use image correction, unsharp mask, backlight correction, or dust removal. Descreening can be used if you are scanning an image from, say, a magazine or anything that was printed, like a newspaper, photograph, that kind of thing. So you could use descreening in those occasions. Otherwise, don't use it because the artist can do that when they bring it into Photoshop. They can make those corrections. They can sharpen the image and they can remove dust and scratches. The reason you don't do it here is because once you scan it here, that's permanent. And so unsharp mask leaves artifacts around the edges, so the way that it sharpens it is by leaving these artifacts around the edges that are just a pain to get rid of. Dust removal, what it's doing essentially is blurring, and if you do not strategically blur, you can lose data, you can lose information out of the photograph, and you don't want that. Either yourself or a person that you use to work on your photographs, they can do that after the fact. All you want now is a raw scan, just the raw data, no enhancements, anything like that. Again, make sure even if it's black and white, you're scanning in color. Again, that allows you to get the most data out of the photograph. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, contact me.